the Petit Trianon at the Palace of Versailles. You're watching Cultured Elegance. Make sure to like and subscribe. In 1761, King Louis XV commissioned his chief architect, Ange-Jacques Gabriel, to design and construct a refined pavilion to the northeast of the Grand Trianon within the gardens of the Palace of Versailles. This new retreat, later known as the Petit Trianon, was intended as a sanctuary where the king could immerse himself in nature, particularly in the botanical experiments and horticultural advancements that fascinated him. Louis XV, a keen botanist, supervised his gardens with meticulous care, cultivating a variety of exotic plants, including fig trees, coffee shrubs, and pineapples, within elaborate hothouses. If you have a passion for history, the 18th century, and French gardens, then you'll be enamored by the new game entitled La Fleur Rococo Gardens. La Fleur is a strategy board game where you assume the role of a French Rococo garden enthusiast. Your objectives include constructing your château, hosting elegant garden parties, and accumulating prestige to ultimately orchestrate the Grande Soirée, the most magnificent garden gathering of all. Use the link in the description to learn more and get your copy today. Madame de Pompadour, the king's influential mistress and patron of the arts, strongly supported the project, recognizing the appeal of a secluded retreat away from the rigid formalities of court life. However, she passed away in 1764, before the pavilion's completion. Construction continued, and it was finally finished in 1768, 4 years later. Following the death of Louis XV in 1774, his grandson and successor, Louis XVI, presented the Petit Trianon as a gift to his young queen, Marie Antoinette. The queen, who was only 19 at the time, embraced the sanctuary as her private haven, seeking refuge from the stifling constraints of court etiquette. Unlike her predecessor, she had little interest in the scientific pursuits of Louis XV, and the botanical gardens he had carefully nurtured were soon dismantled. Instead, Marie Antoinette commissioned architect Richard Meek to transform the grounds into an Anglo-Chinese garden, a popular aesthetic trend in the late 18th century, inspired by the English picturesque movement. The new garden featured winding pathways, ornamental bridges, and carefully arranged naturalistic landscapes reflecting a romanticized vision of rural life. This transformation marked the beginning of her larger plans for the Petit Trianon estate, which would later include the creation of the famous Hameau de la Reine, a pastoral retreat designed to resemble a rustic village. Marie Antoinette's attachment to the Petit Trianon became emblematic of her desire for personal freedom and her detachment from the formalities of Versailles, a sentiment that would later contribute to public criticism of her perceived extravagance during the French Revolution. This little chateau is undoubtedly Gabriel's masterpiece, a triumph of neoclassical architecture designed with perfect proportions and refined elegance. For the pleasure of his king, the architect created a pavilion that epitomized harmony and sophistication, a model so exquisite that it was admired and imitated worldwide. The Petit Trianon stands as a testament to the grandeur of Louis XV's reign and the evolving tastes of the late 18th century. Constructed on a square ground plan, the building consists of 3 levels, a basement, a main floor, and an attic story, all crowned with a balustrade that cleverly conceals the flat roof. Due to the natural slope of the terrain, the basement is visible only from the main courtyard and from the Temple of Love, an ornamental temple added to the gardens in 1778. Each of the 4 facades showcases a unique design. The courtyard side is adorned with pilasters. The facade facing the French pavilion features columns and graceful steps, while the side overlooking the park is remarkably plain, emphasizing its connection to the surrounding landscape. The main courtyard, designed to enhance the chateau's intimate charm, is enclosed by a low railing flanked by two elegant stone sentry boxes. To the left of the courtyard stand the outbuildings, including the kitchens and service rooms, as well as a small chapel, which allowed the Queen and her guests to attend private religious services away from the prying eyes of the court. Ironically, the Petit Trianon was of little use to those who had initially conceived it. Madame de Pompadour, who had encouraged its construction, passed away in 1764 before she could enjoy it. King Louis XV, after finally taking residence in the pavilion with his last mistress, fell ill with smallpox in April 1774 while staying there. His declining health marked the beginning of the end for his reign, and he died the following month. In contrast, Marie Antoinette, only 19 when her husband, Louis XVI, gifted her the estate, embraced the Petit Trianon as her personal sanctuary. She was enchanted by the idea of escaping the rigid formalities of Versailles and relishing in a life of simple privacy, surrounded by her closest friends. The interiors of the château were soon furnished in the latest modern style of the period, favoring comfort, delicate pastel tones, and an air of informality that sharply contrasted with the opulence of the main palace. Ascending the grand yet understated staircase, visitors are met with one of the most remarkable details of the château, a wrought iron balustrade intricately designed with the Queen's monogram, its delicate curves and patterns standing in elegant contrast against the warm, golden-hued stone of the walls. This subtle yet regal touch serves as a reminder of Marie Antoinette's influence, immortalized in the graceful lines and exquisite craftsmanship of her beloved retreat. The landing of the grand staircase at the Petit Trianon is adorned with delicate carvings by the skilled craftsman Guibert, adding to the refined aesthetic of the chateau. Over the stairwell, a magnificent round lantern, installed in 1811 by order of Emperor Napoleon, casts a warm, elegant glow over the space, a reminder of the various historical figures who left their mark on this royal retreat. To the right of the landing, the antechamber welcomes visitors. During the 18th century, this room was elegantly furnished with painted wooden seats, upholstered in a rich crimson velvet pile fabric. On either side of the doorway, leading to the dining room, once stood two decorative faience stoves, which served both an ornamental and functional purpose in warming the space. The dining room, recently restored to its original grandeur, offers a glimpse into the refined tastes of Louis XV. The walls are adorned with superb paneling by Guibert, featuring intricate carving of flowers, fruit, and foliage, all painted white against a delicate pale green background. The original paintings commissioned by Louis XV, depicting seasonal activities such as fishing, hunting, harvesting, and winemaking, now once again frame the doors in perfect symmetry. Above them, the over-door panels portray the gods of fruit and flowers, reinforcing the theme of abundance and nature. The seating, crafted by the renowned furniture maker Jean-Baptiste Claude Senet, was originally part of Louis XVI gaming room at the Château de Compiègne. The two striking ebony sideboards, originally housed in the Tuileries Palace, complete the furnishings. Beyond the dining room lies a more intimate space, Louis XV's small dining room, also known as the cabinet overlooking the flower garden. Marie Antoinette, seeking to personalize the chateau to suit her lifestyle, converted this room into her billiards room. The decor reflects her taste for rich yet refined elegance, with deep crimson silk draperies complementing the chairs, which were crafted by Dupin. A commode stamped with the mark of the Queen's Furniture Repository, created by the celebrated cabinet maker Jean-Henri Riesener, takes pride of place. The wall sconces, andirons, and an elegant clock, all dating from the Louis XVI period, add to the luxurious yet intimate atmosphere. The grand drawing room is among the most exquisitely decorated spaces in the Petit Trianon. The wood paneling, also the work of Guibert, represents some of the finest craftsmanship of the period. During the recent restoration, a remarkable discovery was made. Hidden beneath layers of later modifications, the original intertwined L monogram of Louis XV, surrounded by realistic fleur-de-lis, was found in medallions at the base of the panels. These motifs had been deliberately erased during the French Revolution, but their rediscovery offers an authentic link to the château's royal past. The room's triple-colored crimson damask upholstery, identical to that of Marie Antoinette's time, enhances the regal atmosphere. Among the exceptional furniture pieces is a magnificent writing desk by Riesener, which was later placed in the room by Empress Eugénie, wife of Napoleon III. The furnishings and decor perfectly evoke the refined, tranquil lifestyle that Marie Antoinette cultivated at Trianon, an art of living that combined simplicity with sophistication. One of the most significant transformations Marie Antoinette made to the Petit Trianon was the conversion of Louis XV's study into her personal bedchamber. The room's exquisite wainscoting, delicately carved with floral motifs, dates from the previous king's reign and reflects his deep passion for botany. The windows once overlooked the botanical gardens he had so carefully cultivated, making this room a symbolic link between the chateau's past and its new mistress. Several pieces of furniture were specially commissioned by the Queen for this space. Among them is a remarkable clock with eaglets by the royal clockmaker Robin, as well as chairs crafted by Georges Jacob in 1787, part of an elaborate suite of furniture adorned with intricate floral carvings. Sadly, much of this original set has been lost over time, but a few rare pieces remain, including 2 armchairs, 2 chairs, a stool, and a fire screen. Remarkably, these chairs still retain their original upholstery, an extraordinary survival of 18th century craftsmanship. The fabric, a finely woven English cotton damask produced by Defarges, is delicately embroidered with colorful floral motifs in wool, a testament to the refined elegance favored by the Queen. Adjacent to the bedchamber, the boudoir stands as one of the most charming and intimate rooms in the Petit Trianon. Entirely redesigned for Marie Antoinette, this space features wainscoting adorned with fine arabesques bearing the Queen's monogram, attributed to the architect Richard Meek. One of its most intriguing features was a set of moving mirrors that could be drawn over the windows to adjust the lighting and create a secluded atmosphere. Plans for further restoration may allow these remarkable mirrors to be reinstated, bringing the room closer to its original splendor. The cabinet de toilette, or dressing room, holds several precious mementos from the chateau's past. Among them is a portrait of the Dauphin, Louis XVII, painted by Kucharski, a touching tribute to the Queen's ill-fated son. Another remarkable relic is an ivory clock crafted by Louis XV himself as a personal gift to Marie Antoinette. This exquisite timepiece, created by a king renowned for his appreciation of fine craftsmanship, serves as a poignant reminder of the intertwined legacies of the Petit Trianon's former inhabitants. Marie Antoinette, like many aristocrats of her time, had a deep love for the theater and longed for a private stage where she could indulge in her passion for performance. In keeping with the Queen's vision, her trusted architect, Richard Meek, designed and completed the Théâtre de la Reine in 1780. From the outside, the structure appears simple and unassuming, with only the entrance porch visible, adorned with a sculpted pediment by Deschamps. However, the interior is a stunning illusion of opulence. The decor, crafted from painted papier-mâché to resemble intricate wood carvings, exudes elegance and theatrical grandeur. Above the stage, a cartouche bearing Marie Antoinette's monogram is gracefully supported by 2 ethereal nymphs. Though small, the theater was an exquisite retreat for private performances. Unlike the grand opera houses of Paris, it was intended solely for an intimate audience, the Queen, the royal family, and a select circle of attendants. Marie Antoinette herself often took part in the productions, acting alongside her courtiers in light-hearted comic operas. One of the most notable performances staged here was Le Devin du Village, The Village Soothsayer, a pastoral opera composed by Jean-Jacques Rousseau. The theater's original ceiling, a masterpiece painted by Lagrenet, was unfortunately lost over time. However, a faithful replica was later created by Pierre Paulet, restoring its original charm. Just a short distance away from the theater stands the French Pavilion, an earlier structure built by Ange-Jacques Gabriel in 1750 for Louis XV, designed as a retreat where the king could rest during his extensive visits to his beloved botanical gardens. This charming building is a fine example of mid-18th century Rococo architecture. Its unique cross-shaped ground plan consists of a central round drawing room from which 4 rectangular cabinets extend symmetrically. The exterior facade remains understated, save for the delicate sculptural groups of cherubic children and decorative vases adorning the roof balustrade. Inside, however, the pavilion reveals a striking contrast of richness and refinement. The grand drawing room is particularly remarkable, with its elaborately carved wainscoting by Verburgt and a multicolored marble floor that adds a touch of regal splendor. The lavish interior decoration, combined with the pavilion's connection to nature, embodies the aesthetic ideals of the era, where luxury and leisure coexisted in perfect harmony. To the northwest of the theater lies another of Marie Antoinette's most cherished creations, the Jardin Anglais, or English landscape garden. Unlike the strict geometric precision of traditional French gardens, this picturesque retreat was designed to mimic nature, featuring winding pathways, rolling lawns, and carefully placed architectural follies. At the heart of this idyllic setting lies an artificial lake, its tranquil waters reflecting the surrounding greenery. Perched upon a rocky outcrop by the lake stands the Belvédère, a striking neoclassical pavilion also designed by Meek. Completed in 1781, this elegant octagonal structure is accessed via 4 ascending steps, flanked on either side by sculpted sphinxes, an exotic touch that hints at the period's fascination with Egyptian motifs. The building's neoclassical refinement is evident in its decorative elements. The pediments above the doors feature finely carved hunting motifs, while the reliefs above the tall windows symbolize the 4 seasons, a nod to nature's perpetual cycle. These architectural gems, each carefully conceived to provide an escape from the formalities of court life, form part of the enchanting world Marie Antoinette created at the Petit Trianon. Whether through theater, tranquil gardens, or beautifully designed retreats, she sought to cultivate a realm where art, nature, and pleasure intertwined in perfect harmony. Thank you so much for watching. Make sure to like, subscribe, share, and comment down below, telling me your favorite King of France and what video you'd like to see next. Thank you, everyone.